Sunny, turn on the video. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. To the side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay? Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. To your left. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. 2, 3. To your left. 2, 3. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, one more time. Hands up. Reach down. 1, 2, 3. To your right. 2, 3. To your left. 2, 3. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Hands on your waist. Rotating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center cross. Knees. Circular movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center. Hands on your waist. Neck turning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Center, tilt to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. center, rotating. 1, 2, 3. Reverse. 1, 2, 3. Center, hands up. Pull in, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, spread your feet. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, and stop. Okay, we'll stretch it out. Turn. Switch. 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 Straighten the front knee. Switch. 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 Center. Okay, shake it out. Okay, hands here, deep breathing, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, circular movements, shoulders, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Reverse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. Okay, press, release, exhale, inhale. And stop. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, one more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, wrists. Reverse. And stop. Palms down. Bigger circle. 2 and up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and stop. Okay, shake it out. Okay, we'll go from side to side. Shift the hips. Okay, get your center of gravity over this foot. Get your weight over the sort of holding leg. Lift the knee. Shift. Shift. Okay, continue. Just okay, let's put the foot down, right? I'm going to go insert needle. Lift up. Okay, other side. A few times on the other side. Lift and down. Up and down. Try to coordinate the hand with the knee. So opposite hand goes up and center. Okay, shake it out. Okay, leg swing. So it's the right side. And switch. Okay, shake it out. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, we'll go side to side. Just a mic check. Okay, switch. And center. Okay, shake it out. Deep breathing, hands up. Pull in, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, hands here, silk grilling. Switch. Okay, center, cross, open and close. Switch. center, circular movements, feet parallel, shoulder width. Okay, low hoop. Shoulder height. Elbows down. Lower palms down. Extend. Hands up, deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, diagonal flying. Switch. Okay, Sana. Cloud hands. Okay, palms down. Lift up. Carry tiger to the mountain. Okay, Sana. Infinity sign. Okay, next, form the fist and punch. Palms together, strum the lute. Okay, thumbs up. Alternate the shoulders a few times. And switch. And center. Turn. Draw the bow. So when you draw the bow, if your elbow goes like this, then it's too much. Turn. Okay. Widen the stance, fan through the back. Okay, center. Raise the hand. Relax the shoulders. Lift up. Go right through your center. Okay, palms down. Ready? Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, good. So we'll go through the sequence, and then we have any questions, we'll go through some things that might help those questions if there's any. Otherwise, we'll go into the long form. So is the mic on? Can you hear? Yeah. Okay. Not low. So it's the volume's probably down. How about now? Louder? Testing. Okay. All right, ready? Feet parallel. Shoulder width. Preparation. Step up. Left side horizontal to vertical. Turn. Step up. Grasp the sparrow's tail right side. Hook your wrist, single whip. Hold the ball. Shift. Diagonal flying. Shift. Step up. Press forward. Raise the hand. Bend from the waist. Stalk flaps wings. Turn. Brush knee and push. Left side, brush knee and push. Fourth one, going back to the right side. Strum the lute. Close the door. Form the fists and punch. Divert, block, and punch. Cross the arms. Vertical elbow. Elbows down, push forward. Go back to left side neutral. Turn to your right. Lower the hands. Stroke out to fist under elbow. Vertical left. Round out on the left. Horizontal elbow. Twist and straighten the back foot. Repulse the monkey going back 3 times. So reversing the stance. Right leg goes back. Repulse the monkey. Happens 3 times, so go 1 more time on the left. Neutral position right, lower. Hold the ball. Step up, diagonal flying. Sit back. Insert the needle. Step forward. Fix your feet. Adjust your stance. Fan to the back. Turn. Stroke down. Parry and punch. Sit back, toe out. Twist step, step up. Punch. Divert, block, and punch. Cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Bring the hands down, turn to the back corner, carry tiger to the mountain, square up to the back wall, left hand to the outside, raise the left hand, bend from the waist, stalk flaps wings, toe heel pivot, left side grasp the sparrow's tail. Left side single whip. Hold and reverse the ball. Diagonal flying. Sit back. Stroke down. Pot the horse's mane. Step up. Switch hands. Stroke down. Pot the horse's mane. Cross corner. Going to your left, Jade Lady work shuttle. Cross corner. Forward and back. Jade Lady work shuttle. Drop your elbow, hook your wrist, turn. Single whip. Cloud hands. Hook your wrists. Single whip. Hold the ball. Flip the hands over, reversing the ball. Diagonal flying on the right side. Fingertips out, step back. Close the form. Okay, good. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. It's good. So, a few people coming back, Phil, Deborah. So you've been doing the video, doing the form over the period of time. So if you have, it's probably pretty familiar. But if you haven't, then if you have any questions, we can kind of review something, and then we'll go on to the long form. Huh? Anybody have a question? Steve? No? Everything's about long form? Phil? What's that? Okay, sure. So the long form just moves on to the kicks. So the long form, if you have to review it outside of class, then it's online. If you go to the website, the videos, there's a drop down on the videos. So that's more of a direct way to some of the tutorials that we have. And I think, now that we've opened up, and more people are coming back, the classes are an hour and a half long now, so we try to spend enough time on each of the different forms to improve them. Because in the past, doing an hour, we would rush through the two forms and really, not get enough sort of communication, even on the verbal side. So you have to do things and understand how to practice so that you can improve. Then for newer people, they just walk in the door, it's almost impossible for them to do the warm-up. So I think my thoughts is going toward doing a video on the warm-ups so that you can break them down into shorter pieces. So I'll do that, and then that might be on the website. And then, if you need to review those, you could do those as well. Just to refresh your mind about the warm-ups. It won't be, super detailed. It'll be just getting through them so that a new person can actually follow without having, a month or two of just doing warm-ups to get familiar with them. All right, so let's go to the long form, and then we'll see where we can go from there. All right. Preparation. Step up, forward and back. Flip the hands. Grasp the sparrow's tail. Single whip. Hold the ball. Shift, step up. Find your center. Press forward. Relax, step through. Or step up. Parallel stance, lift. Stork flaps wings. Toe heel pivot. Brush knee 4 times. forward, twist step, just like in the Tai Chi Paradigm, 4 brush knee. Strum the lute, step up, close the door. Form the fist and punch. Divert, block, and punch. Cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Bring the hands down, pivot to the front right corner, carry tiger to the mountain. Turn back to center, cross the forearms, sink the elbow, relax the shoulders, turn left corner, oblique brush knee. Going to the left. Sit back and turn, twist. Left side push. Right side grasp the sparrow tail. Hook your wrists. Oblique single whip. Pivot. Turn toward the side mirror. Stroke out with Eddie over there. Fist under elbow to repulse the monkey 3 times. Once that's complete, right side vertical. And strum the lute, lower the hoop, carry tiger to the mountain with the twist stance. Open the stance. Hold the ball, pass through your center. Lean diagonally. Step up. Vertical. Horizontal press. Straighten up. Raise the hand. Bend from the waist, stork flaps wings, then we turn, toe heel pivot to brush knee first, sorry, then insert needle. Step up, adjust your feet, fan through the back, turn, stroke down, parry and punch. Step backwards, retreat. Divert, block and punch. Step up, grasp the sparrow's tail. So that's completing the first section of the form, and we go into the first set of cloud hands. And then we hook the wrists and back to single whip. Okay, we begin the kicks. First instep kick, or right side, high pat the horse, to the right kick, cross the forearms, high pat the horse, left kick, turn. About face, there's heel kick, left side, you follow Deborah or Colleen in the front there, go forward, twist step, brush knee, left side push. Go back to neutral, go forward, twist step, planting punch, right foot forward, or actually right side planting punch, left foot forward. Turn, parry and punch. Then we reset just like the first kick, same hand movements. Go to the corner, left corner. This is a cross step. Beat the tiger. Stroke down, drop your elbow, pass the body, go to the rear corner. Make your fists. Lower hoop, cross your hands. This is your right instep kick, or right heel kick, and then 2 punches to the ear. Then we put the hand on top, the left, flip it over, potting leg left, do a 360-degree turn, flip the hands, left hand on top, fold the elbows, potting leg, stroke down, invert the hand, parry and punch, form the fists, and we repeat. Punch, divert, block and punch. Cross the arms, leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Carry tiger to the mountain. To the cross hands. For the second set of obliques. Left side, sit back and twist. Left side push. Right side, grasp the sparrow's tail. Now we go back to single whip toward the front side. We're going to hold and reverse the ball. Diagonal flying right side. Turn, stroke down, pot the horse's mane. It's done 5 times, 2 times on the right side. Step up 1 time on the left. We sit back, turn out to a step, step up. 2 more, pot the horse's mane. Leads into the 4 corners, Jade Lady Work Shuttle. Sit back, pivot, pivot, step, and step. Right side, Jade Lady Work Shuttle. Finished off with pot the horse's mane. And our right foot should be forward. We cross over, right side crosses over. Go to the left side. Left foot is forward. Jade Lady Work Shuttle. Sit back, pivot, pivot, step and step. Forward and back. Jade Lady Work Shuttle right side. We finish this corner. Grasp the sparrow's tail right side. So grasp the sparrow's tail in this corner or this side actually leads us back to single whip. And we begin the second set of cloud hands. And once we complete the cloud hands, we go to downward posture. Okay. Snake sticks out tongue. Step up, golden cockerel. Press down. kick out, golden cockerel left side, repulse the monkey, repeat, second time, second set. Carry tiger to the mountain. Hold the ball. Diagonal flying, step up. Now you have your raised hand and your stork flaps wings. Turning, brush knee one time. So here's your repeat of the insert needle. And fan to the back. Turn, parry and punch. And we step forward, form the fist and punch. Divert, block, punch, step up, grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrists, single whip, and go to the next set of cloud hands. Third set of cloud hands. Back to single whip. Okay, then we turn. We have palm strikes face. Turn, left side palm strikes face, to single lotus kick, to brush knee left side push. Then we go forward again to the punch down to crotch right side. We step up, grasp the sparrow's tail. Hook your wrist to single whip. No more cloud hands. So now we go to the closing section. We have snake six out tongue to downward posture for the second time. Step up. 7 star. Ride the tiger. Palm strikes face. Turn to single palm, double lotus, draw bow to shoot tiger, and then we repeat, palm strikes face, parry and punch, step up, set up just like the kick, high pat the horse, sit back to left side neutral, step up to right side neutral, grasp the sparrow's tail, right side push, hook your wrists, hold the ball and reverse the ball for the second time to diagonal flying right side, and we close the form. Okay, deep breathing. So the form essentially is broken up into sections. You can use the cloud hands as a guideline of what happens next, But within the sections, there's subsections, because all the way up to the first cloud hand, that piece is pretty long. Then you have, after the first set of cloud hands, your kicks. That would be a section, just the kicks. Even the kicks can be broken into, sort of subsections, the two categories of movement there. And then you go on to your second set of cloud hands, and then you have your downward posture, and that section leads to a repeat that happens in the first side with the repulse the monkey and insert needle and so forth. Then you get to the third set of cloud hands, you have the palm strikes face, and if you notice in that section, you break that into two sections or two chunks, where you go back to the palm strikes face again, it goes to closing. So although the form, it's 108 postures, by counting it, you probably wouldn't get 108. You would probably figure that you get more because you're doing it twice on some sides. But they just use the 108 as a guideline. Some people that label the numbers of postures, not repeating it, they come up with about 89 movements. So it's really, really tough to say that there's exactly 108. But anyways, if you go by the cloud hands, that would be sections that you could focus on. Because after you learn sequence, what you have to do is, go back and solidify it, get that into your subconscious behavior, and also get that into the body. But then, while you're going through the sequence, you can define the postures and you work the postures, and each posture can be sort of drilled until your body can recognize it. So what does drilling and doing the warm-ups do? It actually gives you enough repetition with the movements so that your body will start to pick up on some of the nuances, which doesn't happen if you're not doing it often enough. So when we repeat movements, because we're creatures of habit, you have to do it over and over again until you have questions. So a lot of times, does anyone have a question? It might be maybe not a point where you've discovered that there's something that you're not sure of. Because in the beginning, what you're not sure of is the sequence. And then as you start to go through the form, then you start to discover inside a posture, which is really a mini sequence. Each posture has its grouping of movements, and the consistency of those groupings really comes down to the geometry of your position. When you go through a sequence in the mapping of the form, then what shows up is the consistency of your direction, right? So that would vary based on the consistency of your feet. Because your feet steer you in a certain direction, and that's what they do, then if your angles in the feet are incorrect, then you're not going to have the 8 corners or the 8 sides, because you're essentially standing in the center of an octagon, and you have your corners and you have your 2 right and left and forward and back. But that right and left, forward and back rotates as you move. So the reference points is consistently those corners and the squares. So that's what the mapping is. So all of that actually helps to support spatial awareness. And then proprioception is all part of what we do, from the geometry of position to the speed of the movement and the manipulation of skeletal structure, which is something, I don't know if I've coined that term or if there's someone else has it, but manipulate skeletal structure is what I think of as maneuvering your skeleton to get each, joint per se in the body to be in a certain angular position. They're breaking it down to 0, 45, and 90. So that's why the geometry is so important. A lot of people don't teach geometry of position because it's not even understood, in their studies. But the geometry of position is the most accurate way of defining your positions. Because once you have that in your system, then your body can start to, move more naturally and find the positions that actually is most functional. So what does it come down to? Your triangle, your center line, your square, which is how our arms go like this, and our circle, which is really this. And then on the torso side of it, it's turning your waist here and turning here. Now as you start to get more control of that vertical axis, which is turning to the right and left, then you can start to isolate and regulate what is turning. Our head turns, our torso turns, our hips turn, and our feet turn. Now if all of those things turn in a right and left direction, how much of each do you do? It's really depending on what moves. So if only some parts of it move, then obviously one part will move more than the other. But if all parts are all going to complement each other, you're going to move less in each part. So what does moving less in each part mean? Or what happens when you start to move more parts and moving it less? Then it becomes more efficient and you're not taxing any specific area. So you spread the load, right? So if you're not, say for instance, if you're in a stance and you're not relaxing your hip and you're not relaxing your ankle, where's the stress? It's in your knee. If you're moving your hip and you're moving your ankle and you're moving your knee, then those three components are going to supplement each other and you're not going to put as much strain on any singular joint. So that's how I look at it as, the wellness side of it. Because we all have a lot of problems as we age, but one of the things is our joints, because we don't actually know how to move them correctly. So this is really relearning a lot of the habits that we've already developed over the decades of moving incorrectly. And it's not your fault, it's because you're never told, right? So if you're never told, our body is actually not very intelligent. The mind can be intelligent, but what teaches the body? The mind. You have no information to teach your body. What does it know? It just knows what it's learned from watching or thinking that that's what you're supposed to do. But half the things that you do could be incorrect. So that happens if you play different sports. There's a correct way of doing it or a better way of doing it. And then there's the way that you kind of just fumble through it and force it, whatever it is. It happens with, more sports that have targets. Like if you're hitting a baseball or a golf ball or a tennis ball, your goal is to hit that object. So your mind says hit it, but the body doesn't know how to hit it and doesn't know how to get to this. So that's where all the injuries come from. So that's where instructions come in and kind of help. So when we're doing this, where's our target? Our target is this imaginary point relative to the reference points that we define or speak of. So this is shoulder level, this is high eye level or brow level. Same push, okay, stroking down. So where's the lines go? It really forces and direction movement travel is vectors. They kind of go in a direction and they follow a path. So the 45-degree torso gives us a line that goes past the body. On this side it's centered. This is a line that goes through my center, but you're not going to pull something directly into you because that's actually kind of awkward. But when I turn to the corner and I stroke down by the front of my body, like I go to this rear corner, then you have a natural path, right? So that natural path that you have becomes part of that stroke. If it's a tennis or it's a golf swing, it's part of your torso movement and the shifting of the weight. Here we're talking about moving through your body to a point, then we come here. So you say, well, I never learned that when I was doing the form. No one ever told me that. Well, first your torso has to move, but we're already doing that sort of here. So if this is my reference points from side to side, then if I turn my body from here, this is my reference point from side to side, right? So your body actually has this in it, but your body hasn't recognized it. But if I didn't mention it, you probably still wouldn't recognize it. But the thing is, that's what happens when you get a piece of information. It teaches you the fact that you're moving in space, and your body will move more naturally if it does that, because the joints are designed to work a certain way. But we don't move our body typically enough to recognize that there's a spatialness to a movement, because all we do is kind of sit at a desk and work in front of us, and we really don't move unless you do something pretty physical. So that's why, and if you do something that's a little bit more physical, you're not doing it day in and day out, so that you might not even pick up on it for years before you develop a good technique in whatever you're doing. But in this, we're doing it pretty regularly, and then you can see that there is those concepts. So everything you're doing, from fan to the back, aligning your body forward and back with the legs, there is a method to the madness. We have to shift our weight. So everything that we do in the lower half of the body is really learning to release and relax our joints, the hips, the knees, and the ankles. So upper body is your shoulders, your elbows, and your wrists. Lower body is your hips, your knees, your ankle. So those, I call them the primary movers, or those your appendages. But the thing is, we don't actually use them completely unless we do something that's complete. Actually works toward the completeness of movement, and completeness of movement will give you a better circulation, a better completeness of that type of thing. Because we have to move in order to, activate and stimulate our circulation. So if everything is kind of locked up and tight, your body's not going to, I guess fluids would seek the path of least resistance. So, it's like water flowing down a hill. If it hits a blockade, it goes another way, So the fluids in your body will go the same way. And it's actually being affected by gravity as well. So we have to learn to control that. So that's what you get out of doing these exercises. That's what you get out of practicing the form, because the form houses those movements. But then along with all of that is the mind-body relationship, and then the sort of the meditative side of it, where it becomes meditation and movement, or which is being in the moment but still be able to do it without thinking about it. So Phil, you have any section in the form you want to work on? We've got about 10 minutes. The what? The kicks? Do you want to work on a section in the form? Get up to the... Yeah. 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 The repulsive monkey, yeah. So we get into a left side position like this, okay? So when we go forward, there's your frontal direction. But for frontal direction, we have to turn to the left. And when we turn to the left, if we connect the ball of this rear foot with the front of the hand, we're going to turn like that. All right. So to get that to happen, you have to put weight in the front knee, so you kind of lunge, right? A little bit. It's the idea of lunging. And then you turn. And then you turn. So if you look at this relationship, when you're turning and your knee is weighted on the front, your front hip actually closes. It closes and it turns, then you sit back. And then you pass through center, then you find the point behind you that gives you a good frontal stance, and then you sit back. Then you complete the turn, drop your elbow just like brush knee. So it's essentially brush knee going backwards. So you're going vertical, then I turn to my right now and my back foot straightens. Now I still didn't put weight on it. I have to sit back. And then I pass through center, and then I have to reach back, but my body turns to that oblique position, and then you turn, and that's the second one. The third one goes back to the same, so the process is the same. Forward, back, and forward. Now if you wanted to do this as a drill, then you would go forward, twist step, and step through, and you would do brush knee and push. Then you go back, and then you go forward, then you turn out, check your weight, find your front stance, turn, stroke down and push. Then we go forward again, you turn out, and you step up, brush knee and push. Now we're back to the left side, so we go to the forward position, and then we turn, straighten the back foot. So if you have a little trouble getting that to happen, what do you think you have to do? Practice this until your body is familiar with that action, and then you go back and you do a repulse the monkey, that's what it's called. Retreat and repulse the monkey. Now you go to the right side. And if you have a little trouble doing this, you practice this. And what ends up happening is you program that motion into your body, and each segment within the transition becomes something that you're really conscious of. And then it turns. So what you're controlling are your limbs, right? Your joints. So if you do that as a drill over and over again, then when it shows up in the form, it's going to be a no-brainer. You don't have to think about it. Yeah, so directionally there is forward, backward, right, and left. So what I did was just focus on the sort of the mechanics for doing that specific posture. But because I'm here and I'm here and I turn, I will turn back to the right side, and I turn to the left, and I turn to the right as a course of the connection between the two pieces. Because we're doing one unit, you only have to turn to one direction, right? So I would turn in this direction. But then I still end up turning here because I still have to find my center line. And then when I got to this position, I'm turning this way and then turning this way as a connection between the two postures. So it gets more involved when you start to link the two postures together, because you have a lot more weight transition and a lot more control of what's going to happen between the two right and left positions, because then it reverses again. So that's that. Yeah, so we're in a neutral position. Okay, so when I'm in a neutral position, I'm already facing to my right because my hand moved to here. So that's right 45. When I go to here and I go forward and turn and I sit back and I go to center, throughout all of this, your body is going through a spatial maneuver. So the thing is, it's all there, but the thing is, when you're learning it, you don't want it to be too complicated. So your body will have this response. It automatically knows to turn right or left, because your body balance has to be discovered and sensed. So when I'm like this and I turn, I'm actually holding this position here before I actually complete my movement. And when I turn to here, I turn back to here, I'm still maintaining that same strategy per se. You're turning, right? So the thing that you're talking about, if you see a ball coming there, you want to move here. If you go like this and then like this, that's a waste of time, right? If you got the racket here, you might as well go like this. So you hold it here, bring it to here, and then you're going to make your move like that. So you're setting up your arm ready to strike. You can't go there and then do this, it's too slow. So as you progress in the reaction side of it, when you go like this, this, and that becomes what I call the summation of components. So with this, and this become the setup. So essentially I'm doing this because when I turn, I'm all ready to push. Just like when I turn, I'm ready to strike. So the efficiency of movement comes from integration of body. And it happens quickly because more things are happening simultaneously. Your step, your turn, your setup. So that's really through practice. And the only way to